Let's go over every class. Oh, there's a CN meta tier list. Oh, this is gonna be good, dude. This is gonna be good.
What's up, everyone? Gids here for another video, and today is our day 2 for the 7-day countdown for Crystal of Atlan.
This might also be a video on YouTube, so I want to make it very clear we're reacting to someone else's video. I mean, it's obvious they're literally on screen, but in case people are weird about these sort of things, it's Gids. There'll be a link in the video description.
Release, so if you haven't checked part 1 or day 1, check it out. We have a playlist linked in the description.
All right, let's see.
Be sure to check that out, and of course subscribe so that you don't miss any of the 7-day videos that
Cry, sit your ass down.
Posting within this week. Okay, so yeah, day 2 is going to be all about choosing which character to actually play. This game has a lot of classes, so let's do a breakdown for each of them and hopefully help you decide on which class to actually play.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, just so you're aware, because I know kind of how the classes work. I'll be making 2 swordsmen immediately. At the very start, one of them is gonna be named Chrono Catastrophe, of course, my main name, and then I'll be making the character I'm actually gonna play and leveling him. I may go back and level the swordsman up to a specific point, but I'm gonna leave a character set with the name I want to use set as well, because we know another swordsman class is coming out. So.
Play. Okay, so the game launches with 5 base classes.
Also,
each of those
the intro
is
actually pretty pog.
Have a specialization, so you get to pick a specialization for those base.
Wait, are we launching with 5? No way.
15. These classes are going to be very important because it's
oh no, we are launching with 5. The 6th one we're missing.
Which direction you want to play around when it comes to PvP. Alright, but don't worry when you think you picked a wrong class. It's actually very easy to switch classes, especially within a same base class.
I wonder how long does it take before we get the first assassin to show up.
Whenever you want before level 45. And then there's also free characters or free character creations within one account. So you can just create multiple characters within the same account and play all the other classes if you actually want to do that, or switch classes if you want to. Building multiple characters actually being rewarded in this game, so yeah, you should be good that way. Anyways, let's start with all the classes, and first up we have the Musketeer. The Musketeer is the range class for this game, and we have 2 specializations. First one is the Bounty Hunter. So the Bounty Hunter is a mobile mid to long range character with...
It's crazy how they just put MKP in the game, dude.
When it comes to PvE as well, just melts down enemies. Very, very satisfying to play. And the thing is, when it comes to PvP, this is a character that can actually also just get into your face and destroy you. Doesn't have to be from a ranged position. Okay, so it's a very good character for hitting.
Whoa, a gunner that's melee? I've never heard of that before.
What I've seen with this character is that it's very easy to actually dodge her abilities, even her bullets from basic abilities. It's going to give a free proc of super armor to your enemies, so just be careful about that one. But
never heard that before, dude. That's crazy.
Very solid pick when it comes to PvP and PvE. Next up, we have the Gunner. So the Gunner is a long-range AoE character with sustained damage as well. Very versatile kit, and she has...
That's wild. Astra's in the game too. Crazy.
Blasts and a laser, or the flamethrower, or rocket launcher. So very fun one. And of course, my favorite is just hitting everyone with that big-ass gun. So you can actually go melee and just hit them with a gun. Straight up. And so this character is going to be very, very deadly if you don't cap close her.
Ranger wish they could, man.
From a range, she's so good. She's so good. So yeah. So both characters in summary are very good for PvP and PvE. So just pick which gun you are more comfortable with.
Yeah, which gun do you like?
Again, Bounty
Fighters in, yeah.
It's much simpler, much easier to use.
They're adding Fighter in and Magician in at the last minute. They said they were going to be added.
Once you get to actually master her kit. Next up, we have the Swordsman. So Swordsman are traditional melee character. First specialization is going to be the Berserker, the Bonga Bonga class.
Oh yes.
This game. So very huge
the shirtless
damage,
bonk.
Slow attacks, slow skills, but they hit hard. This character is also very tanky because of his passive ability that converts his HP into shields, and his passive also lets him acquire more damage or increase his attack whenever he loses a...
Can we go back really quick? And I want you to look at this match. He was talking during all of this, right? So this is a PvP match. Look at this man's HP. Now, granted, he's turning his own HP into shields, but look at this man's HP. These are health gates, by the way, which you can't push past them. You have to stop and let the character kind of recover a little bit, and then you keep going. Look at this shit.
Damage, slow attacks, slow
The
skills,
level of
but
bullying
really
that's
good.
happening here
This
is
character
insane.
is also very tanky because of his passive ability that converts his HP into shields, and his passive also lets him acquire more damage or increase his attack whenever he loses HP. So based on his lost HP, he gets more damage. So it gets very, very scary for this character. So almost all his abilities also has super armor when it comes to PvP and medium armor break, I think. So it destroys almost all abilities when it comes to trading. So if you trade abilities with this character, he almost always comes out on top. So don't trade with this
Yeah,
guy. Just
goodbye.
try to evade his abilities since
You're done.
it has
You're
very
done.
slow
You're done.
animations as well.
You're done.
So this character very, very simple but very, very strong.
That is
Next
just
up,
some
we have the
disrespectful
Magister
gameplay.
for the Swordsman class. So this is a melee and magic hybrid character. So very high mobility character with very high attack speed as well. Very fun character when you play it, and yeah, very good with quick burst of damage and then getting out when it comes to PvP. So yeah, it also has very good aerial combat actually. So whenever this guy jumps in the air, it's very hard to actually hit him, but he is also very good with his abilities when he is in the air. It's going to be a hard one to use for beginners, but again, very rewarding when mastered when it comes to PvP. In summary, of course, Berserker is very, very beginner friendly. You just mash buttons. And the Magiblade
Berserker,
is for
just
people
connect with
that
your target
likes
and
to
they'll
see
die.
Challenges or likes to have challenges and wants to be rewarded for spending time on this single.
Berserker, absolute
Next class,
ignorant
we have
gameplay.
the Puppeteers. So for the Puppeteer,
Because
the
why
beauty
even
is
think
that
about
you
anyone else
have
when you can just
someone
shield up
that
and
fights
smack
along
them?
with you, the marionette. So for the Puppeteer, you have two specializations right now. First one
Was that just Virgil's moveset? Actually, it was Virgil's, Dante's, and Nero's.
is the sight guard. So sight guard is a mid-range fighter with your puppet having a sight. This
But the short
character
answer is
really
yes.
very good in PvE, especially in group dungeons, because as far as I know, this is the only character in the game that has supportive capabilities, being able to give damage reduction to the whole party and also healing to the whole party. So it's very, very good in PvE, especially
Looks at the
during
DPS on the
early
left. Yeah,
game
look.
where everyone is not yet geared up. Everyone's going to be hella squishy.
Wait, is
this
that a
character
is that a
going to
Magi Blade at
provide
number
a
one?
lot
That's
of
crazy.
tankiness and healing for the team. Very, very good character for PvE. But keep in mind, it's not only a support character, it also can actually
Looks at
deal
the two
damage
scythe
for
guards at
itself.
the bottom. Oh
All of the
no,
classes actually
it's not a
have
Magi Blade. It's a Berserker. I just looked over. Look at the quarter chat. Look down here. Look at him. There he is. There he is.
can deal damage and can complete
It looks like it's two scythe guards, and I think that's supposed to be a Blade Maiden.
everything on their own. When it comes to PvP though, this character is one of the most annoying ones and one of the strong characters as well to be facing against, because this character has a 4-second engage ability that has super armor and medium armor.
She has a 4-second
If you don't
engage?
dodge that engage,
Excuse me?
you're kind of in danger, and if you miss that engage, you can just reset, wait for 4 seconds.
Yeah, it's
and then
4
do it again.
seconds.
So this character is hella annoying and very, very strong, which is why
Yo,
I
that is
this one.
insane.
I already used her in the precursor test and I quite like the gameplay with this character. Next, we have the Blade Maiden. So Blade Maiden is a mid to long range character with a melee marionette or the puppet. Okay, so this character is one of the highest DPS characters when it comes to PvE. The reason being is that whenever she casts her high damage abilities, her marionette actually does that ability as well. So it basically just doubles her damage. So very, very strong DPS characters for PvE. So this
Which I like how he said
also
melee,
is going
and
to
she's
have
out here
the
throwing out a
highest
bunch of
bonus
ranged
and
abilities.
damage charts whenever you check them. This character also deals a lot of damage in PvP, so don't get caught by this character. Always be mindful of where the marionette is if you are playing this one or you're playing against it, because almost all her abilities is based upon where the marionette is. So if you know or you're keeping in mind where the marionette is, you should be good. So in summary, both characters are solid picks for PvE. You can't ever go wrong with these two characters.
I know you're like...
because one is very good with supporting, the other one is very good with damaging.
I can't remember what I was
Can't
going to
go
try to say
wrong
here.
with either of them. And in PvP as well, both are really, really fun. Blade Maiden will require a little bit more time to master than the Sight Guard, because I think Sight Guard is much simpler, but maybe that's just me being biased, because this is
Oh yes, scythe guard, more ignorant gameplay.
Next up, we have
4-second
the Magister.
engage.
So Magister right now actually is pretty unique in a way because it has 3 specializations on launch day, because they decided to launch the Magician class along with it. So yeah, the three classes are Elementalist, Warlock, and Magician. So this is your Mage class. So first up, Elementalist, a mid to long range magic caster with elements.
You heard him. I'm mid. He's mid. Try your mid.
Of ice, lightning, and fire. So this is a very, very satisfying character when it comes to PvE because of the damage number, of course, the pretty and
Yo, that actually looks really cool. Hold on.
Everything. Okay. So the thing that you have to be careful with this character,
that actually looks really fucking cool. Hold on.
Is that it has very low mobility. So if you burn your dashes, you're cooked. You are cooked, especially against characters with huge gap closers like the Magiblade, Berserkers, Bounty Hunters. You're gonna be cooked if you can't actually save up your dodge. But if you are able to time it right, this character can just destroy huge chunks of enemies' HPs and bring their HPs down really, really fast. So big damage numbers is the Elementalist. Next, we have the Warlock. So the Warlock is actually a close to mid-range magic fighter. So
I heard the Warlock's actually pretty ass.
So this character takes advantage of quick fights because of the self buffs and debuffs that he puts on enemies that doesn't last a long time. So you have to take advantage of that quick window, get out, and then do it all over again. This character also has a lot of CC abilities. Also looks really, really cool with his Awaken ultimate where it turns everything to black and white and red, I guess. So yeah, pretty fun character to use, but requires a lot of time to master because of its complexity. Next, we have the Magician class. So Magician is the new one. So think of this character as a fusion of, what do you call this? Twisted Fate and Shaco in League of Legends. So a very, very fun
it's
character,
Lilith.
Very flashy, very tricky. He uses the cards, basically a magician from the circus, right? So a lot of CC abilities, high damage, and a good escaping ability with the illusion with an invisibility. Okay. So,
another mage dude. Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, they're adding in the mage dude and the two.
It looks really, really fun. And
what is it? The two.
This one as another one of my thoughts. So yeah, in summary,
the two fighters
of the Magister are basically DPS characters. So just choose one based on your casting style preference. And lastly, we have the Fighter class. So Fighter is again another new one. I did not spend a lot of
Cry's only mad because the mage is a dude.
Two characters out, but first up we have the Cloud Strider. So the Cloud Strider is an agile melee to mid-range fighter. So she gets to do the
when is new DFO coming?
She gets to summon
not.
the tiger or the bird based on which color you actually want. I don't know.
Not for a long time.
Specifically, but it looks really pretty. Looks really pretty. You get to do range attacks with aura abilities or aura hits, I guess. And yeah, it's basically
the other two gameplay were meh.
It's basically like the equivalent of
really.
From the
I don't know, man. They look like magic to me.
Very fast character, very agile as well, and very cool movements. Actually, very good for aerial as well, I think. Next, we have the Starbreaker, and again, I think this one is equivalent to the Berserker from the Swordsman class, so a little bit slower than the Cloud Strider, but again.
Oh, is it just as ignorant though?
When it comes to PvP, strong damage, and that's basically it. That's all that I can say for.
Played it, didn't like them. I see.
I haven't really tested them out, but again, they.
I was like, it looked like a mage to me.
Strong and really, really cool.
Who knows? Maybe I'll pick up Berserker and I'll hate it.
Decide which class to actually go for. Let's go over the Chinese servers and see.
Is that a Berserker? That looks like a Berserker. That looks like a Berserker. That looks like a Berserker.
What the meta is right.
The Magician is #1 and Assassin's #3. That's hilarious.
So this is like, I don't know how many years this game has been out for Chinese servers already, but this is just a quick look at what their PvP rankings is looking like. So in this server right here, I actually have two characters in two servers right now. So first up, we have Magician actually topping the charts right now, and this is a new class and a new class. So Assassin, and I think this is the Inventor. So we don't
Inventor and Assassin.
Those ones right now, but look at this. 4, 5, 6 are Berserkers. We have a Bounty Hunter right here, another triple Assassin.
More Assassins, yeah, makes sense for PvP.
Another Bounty Hunter, so it looks like Bounty Hunter is pretty good. Oh wait, no, yeah, there's 2 Bounty Hunters. Then this is a Starbreaker right here. This is a class from the Puppeteer, 3rd class from Puppeteer, so it's not a Side Guard, not a Blade Maiden. Another Berserker.
It's the Yo-Yo Lady.
There's a Side Guard right there. Side Guard again. There's a Gunner.
Hey, look, 2 more Berserkers.
Berserker. This is a Gunner.
Notice what you don't see, and it's a Magiblade.
It's not the Gunner. This is, I think it's called Mistrix. So it's a 3rd class for the base class of Musketeer. So this is actually the gunner. Okay, another Starbreaker, Mystics again, Sight Guard, Starbreaker. So it looks like there's a lot of Berserkers, Starbreakers, Sight Guard, Bounty Hunter, Gunner. The other classes I haven't seen.
Oh, hey, look,
This
a
is
Magiblade.
First Magiblade I've seen. First
The
Blade
43.
I've seen. Elementalist. Wait, this is Elementalist or Warlock? Actually, don't know. There's no Elementalist users here, so Elementalist.
How unfortunate.
Like, they suck. We have another Magiblade right here.
Elementalists look like their
Sight
butts.
Guard again. Magician. Looks like this third class for the Puppeteer is pretty famous or pretty successful. Also have another Magiblade. Okay.
Oh, dude, these are PvP
So
rankings,
that looks
so.
like the meta for this server right here. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, checking the rankings, top 100 for this
Scythe
other
Guard,
server again.
Zerker,
So, ooh,
Elementalist.
this time around. Wait, is this Magician or is this
That's
what?
Elementalist.
This
That's
is
not Magician.
Elementalist. That's crazy. I haven't seen any Elementalists yet. I don't know what this icon is. I think this is Magician though. Oh, actually, we can just inspect him to see. Oh, this is Elementalist. Holy what? Top 3 Elementalist. Okay, Elementalist actually up there. Berserker again, Sight Guard, Bounty Hunter, Gunner, Assassin, Starbreaker, another Magician.
A Magiblade at 16.
I keep getting confused. No, it's another Elementalist. What? 2 Elementalists in this server. Okay. All right. So Berserker, Bounty, Magiblade, Blade Maiden, Sight Guard, Magiblade, Berserker, Gunner, Sight Guard, Wait, this is Warlock. First Warlock I've seen, huh? Yeah, this is Warlock. Okay, cool. You have a Warlock in top 100, top 50. I can only see top 55. Oh, there's only 55 players in the server. What? No way. There's no more players in this server. Oh, this server is dead. I see. That's why you were able to get up there. There's no more players in this server. I see. Okay, but anyways, yeah, you can already see almost all characters that are pretty successful in the rankings. So I think first in the list is basically Berserker. I've seen a lot of Berserkers. We have Bounty Hunters, Gunners, Sight Guard, Magician, Starbreaker. Who else? I think that's pretty much it. We have a few Magiblades as well, by the way. Yeah, and then a few on this server for Elementalists, but I don't think that's a valid look at them. But anyways, yeah, so that's if you look at the meta, okay? So it's up to you now to decide which class to actually main based on the visuals, the characters that you've seen, and of course, you can base it off the meta from China as well. But again, I don't really like basing my choices off of meta because most of the time,
Seeing meta is always a bit weird.
Player. If you get to master the class, you're going to do well with the class if you just spend time practicing it. Okay?
It also depends who you're playing up against.
Which class
You can be fighting ignorant people, dude.
because me, I think I'm decided on Sight Guard right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Stay tuned for day 3 tomorrow. I'll see you guys again. Bye-bye.
Interesting. Interesting. So he's got a bunch of videos he's made on this. Let's Huh. 10 things you should know, and then free to play or pay to win Crystal of Atlan. Is my man wearing a suit jacket in this video, sir? Sir? Please.